Hola, hola, muy buenos dias, continuous liners. I just got my morning latte. Here comes a group of Americans. They're totally loud. How we all doing today, huh? I'm here in San Miguel de Allende, right here on the Jardín. And see, right on time. And just wanted to check in. How do the kids say it? Just wanted to jump online here. No, there's a different way. What does AOC say? Anyways, just wanted to check in. How are you all doing? Is everyone? Are you breathing okay? Are you are you stressed out? Are you anxious? Are you okay? Are you taking care? Are you taking care? I think this is it's a remarkable era that we are in, right? It's a time of great change, of great, like things are just so different, right? The communication styles, how information is fed to us, what information is fed to us. It's really a lot, right? And especially, like, I mean, maybe it's easier if you're a youngin', right? Imagine, that when you're young, you're kind of like ready for everything to be new and different and cool and fast and groundbreaking, right? But then when you get older, you're kind of like, no, I kind of like how things, it kind of worked for me. It kind of worked for me where I could watch the news at one time of the day and get everything I need to know and then move on, right? Well, I mean, that's pretty old-timey. And now we just have everything flying at us around the clock. And if you wake up in the middle of the night and look at your phone, you can fall into it like I don't know, at 3:30 in the morning I was watching the history of the presidents of Ireland and how corrupt they were, and and all of a sudden I was like, why am I watching this? I should be sleeping, right? And that's pretty lighthearted because you can really fall into some hardcore things. Like this one guy I follow, he's like goes into the history of what four companies own absolutely everything, and there's really no escaping this matrix that we're in. And I'm like, oh, what do I do with all this? What do I do with the fact that there's no escaping the matrix that we're in? The red pill and the blue pill are not going to help us, right? It's not going to help us. I need a sip of my coffee. Sun's out. I'm right here on the Jardín. I love it on Mondays because it's tranquilo. I kind of avoid this place on the weekends because it's the weekend, right? And all the tourists are here. And see how loud? I swear to God, Americans talk the loudest of them all. You can hear them coming. I mean, they were notorious for that. In Paris, like the Parisians are like, ugh, because the Americans are so loud. And three groups now have walked past me. I could hear very intimate conversations between a husband and his wife that I should not be hearing, right? And they were not even close to me, about how tender she was going to be with him. I'm like, what? I'm not even like near you, and I can hear that you're going to be tender with your husband. Please don't do that. Anyways, so something interesting I read too is that the new trend is that a lot of these tech companies are going back to hiring actual writers to write their stuff. Yes, they're going to be stealing stuff too, but they're actually hiring writers to develop their some of their systems. And so I kind of delved into that. And the reason being is not OpenAI. I don't think they care about humanity at all. But some of these other ones, Perplexity, and the reason they're doing that is because a lot of people, probably more like boards, more companies, are understanding that the actual humanities by humans is still something that we need to hang on to, because for everything that the AI is capturing, It's capturing our world as of about, what, 30, 40 years ago? Maybe 50, right? Like when everything started going digital. Maybe longer, I don't know. But like generally speaking, it doesn't have the history of the world in their clutches, because that stuff wasn't digitized, right? Or it's not digitized, and it's history, right? It's history with people and humanities and wars and arts and love and death and everything in between, feast and famine. And so what they're going to try to find ways to like open that up, and the way that they're discovering that they have to open that up is they have to use humans, right? Very interesting in this evolution of like, let's starve all the humans, let's fire all the humans, let's kill all the humans, let's get rid of all the humans, let's arrest all the humans, let's let them get sick and die. You know, we seem to be in that era, which is very daunting, right? And so how do you combat this, even if it's just the news you're reading? What am I going to do to kind of get through this? Because in the wee hours of the night and the small hours of the morning, I can get pretty overwhelmed by this stuff. And so we have to do whatever we can to remain human. I mean, that sounds so simple. It sounds so hallmarky, right? We have to focus on our gratitude, and we have to like remain human. How do you remain human? Well, you do things like you drawing organically. I use AI tools. I'm on my screen as much as anyone else, but I am a huge believer and practicer. What's the word I'm looking for? I draw every day, right? And right now in the continuous line storytelling, we have the daily drawing challenge is continuous line gratitude, and it is such a delight to witness that, right? I created prompts of like what what you could be grateful for. It doesn't mean that is your gratitude list, but sometimes in the daily drawing challenges, people are like, I don't know what to draw. I get it. And so now I'm starting to provide daily prompts. Honestly, it was that whole Urban Sketchers. It's not Urban Sketchers. It's the Inktober. That's not Urban Sketchers. The Inktober list of prompts every year gets a little bit weirder. And I didn't even see anyone participate in this year. But at the same time, I'm not really watching Urban Sketchers anymore. And so I just thought, well, I'm just going to create my own list. And there's a lot of other lists out there that people have created and whatnot, right? So, but just to see like what people are, some people are using my list, and some people are just, drawing what it is that they're grateful for, the people in their lives, the little comforts that we find in our day. I mean, I know Coca-Cola is like the worst thing. Not only is it a fascist company, it's like destroying everyone and everything, right? But I'm telling you, an icy cold Coca-Cola, and I sometimes buy popcorn, and I make organic popcorn with a little butter and salt. Oh my God, I'm the happiest girl in the world with a bowl of popcorn and a Coca-Cola. And it's just, for those few minutes, I'm in absolute bliss, right? Good popcorn, not microwave popcorn. I haven't done that in 1,000 years, but like organic popcorn. I buy it on Amazon, another fascist company, right? I haven't found it in the stores here. And, it's more like one of those things, like for a few minutes, I feel like all is right in the world, right? With my popcorn and my Coca-Cola. I know it's evil, right? Even Amazon, I'm trying to wean myself off of that, right? But Lordy, they make it kind of easy here in Mexico when, oftentimes running out and doing your errands can be all day of going here, there, and transporting in between. So anyways, I'm not trying to make excuse for my fascist supporting ways, but sometimes, you just got to do you just got to take care, right? You got to turn off the phone, turn off the TV. I don't watch TV, but, you know, turn off the things that are feeding you noise. And this whole gratitude thing, like last week, I fell into a documentary about how the Hopi, the Navajo nations in Arizona, have no running water. And it's not like, oh, right now they don't have running water. They just don't have running water. And it was designed that way. When water pipe systems were being built, the indigenous communities were completely overlooked. And so it broke my heart for a number of reasons, right? Like we just keep doing that, right? And then it was the story of how some people are getting water to the families and their community, and how they're really like it's a whole thing of like fighting for water. And you know, but oftentimes they have to live without it. And the question was asked, well, how do you live without water? And you could see there was this wave of sadness and hardship and disheartenment of like, we get through it, right? And it really was just so sad that there's still countries like in the United States, right? The most powerful, blah, 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 the wealthiest. And there's still so many people who don't have, right? And so I really have been thinking about like every cup of water I have, every hot shower I'm able to take, every, the whole gift of water, right? I think it's easy to overlook that. And so I'm really just trying to stay, I guess it's that in all this madness, right? Looking at the news yesterday and seeing what the whole United States government was, how they capitulated once again and how everyone is just doomed. I'm like, I have to stay close to my heart and close to my ground. Wherever my ground is, I have to stay close to it and just stay grateful, right? Stay grateful, find things to remind myself why I am so lucky to have the life that I do. And yeah, it's hard work, and yeah, I'm scared, and yeah, I don't make a lot of money, and yeah, I'm like trying to figure out how I'm going to survive the next years when everyone is fractured, right? I'm terrified. But I feel like the more I lean into it, the more I lean into, grace and gratitude. I'm going to cry now. Grace and gratitude, right? Have some grace for everyone is going through something. Even if you're in downtown and everyone looks well dressed, and people are taking pictures of my dog right now and laughing at her. And, everyone is struggling with something right now. I suppose it's the human nature. We always are struggling with something, right? But to just try to have a little grace and a little gratitude, right? So I'm in my little gratitude book. I have a separate book for it, and I really am just staying true to my continuous line. There's me and my Rosie girl having the day was movement, right? So mobility, right? And here's like the first bite of my apple, right? I love apples. That's probably been one of the hardest things about not living in the Midwest or having access to apples in the United States, because it used to be very good. And here's my family. I don't really have family, so I had to reach back. There's young me, there's my mom, and there's my grandmother, who looks like Endora. She absolutely had Endora vibes, because she was always bobbly, and her hair, and a long cigarette, and she didn't have the long flowing gowns, but that was a little impractical in the Midwest, right? So my mom was a little bit more stockier and hardier, and kind of like what she used to call herself. We're stock people, right? And I was like, what does that mean? So that's how I kind of remember. And then I used to have reddish hair. So yeah, trying to do it in one line, working on the elegant line. Let's see, there's here. This, 2 cats in a cowboy hat. Something you see all the time. Oh, look, here's something to be grateful for. 2 bottles of wine, right? Not 1, but 2 bottles of wine. Let's see. Here's a painting that's in a nearby cafe. A little doggy with a cactus growing out of his head, right? So super simple drawings. I'm not spending a whole lot of time. My rule of thumb for my gratitude drawings are that it's 15 minutes or less, right? Here's my dog and I when we dressed for Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving. What am I talking about? I got Thanksgiving on the brain, but that was Halloween, I guess, right? Thanksgiving. What are you wearing for Thanksgiving this year? All right, and so today, I think the prompt today is your favorite chair, if I remember correctly. And so after I do this, I just did my continuous lines because it makes me feel better when I do my continuous lines, right? I just feel more in tune, and then I'm going to finish big with a heart because everyone is going through something right now, right? So finish big with a heart to go easy on yourself and easy on others, right? Oh, wait, I got hearts over on the side there. All right, everyone, have a good week. Stay close to your heart, stay close to the ground, stay close to humanness, and stay close to the gratitude. Gratitude that it's easy to overlook that with the stresses of the world and, oh my God, I get caught up in that. How am I going to survive? How am I going to survive? I don't know, and maybe I'll survive until I don't, right? that is the human nature, right? Anyways, thanks for being part of this community. Keep on drawing, keep on telling your stories, keep telling me, share with me what you're grateful for, okay? With your continuous line gratitude list. Cheers, everyone. Have a good Monday.